Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to walk you through one of my entries for the prayer devotional on the Revival Camp Kit. So I decided to focus on Romans 8:26 and 27. And it just talks about sometimes when we pray, we don't know what to say, and we don't pray as we should. And so the Spirit intercedes for us. And I just really love that. So I wanted to focus on how when we have those conversations with God, sometimes it's not just us involved in that conversation with God. So I'm just going to scrape on some paint with a card here. I use paintbrush for the lighter applications or the smaller swipes that you see. And my paint colors are Norfolk Pine for the dark green. For the dark aqua, it's Deep Sea. For the yellow, I'm using Goldenrod. For the light green, it's Avocado. For this mint that you see, it's Aqua or Minted Aqua. I'm going to go in with my favorite white, which is a Folk Art Titanium White. I like it. It's a little bit thicker than some of the other ones. Then I'm going to go in with just a little bit of pink, and it's called Cameo Blush. And then once I have all that down, I'm going to reach for my favorite black paint. It's called Licorice. And you'll see I'm just going to apply a thin layer to the edge of the card. I'm going to scrape even more of that off for a thinner layer. And I'm just creating some X's on here. It just creates a pattern and kind of breaks up all the paint that I've put on there. With all that in place, I'm going to reach for my washi next. And I'm just tearing it into strips and putting it on the page just to add some dimension and some interest to the page. You saw the flashcard that I had picked out. I'm going with the 1+2 flashcard since we're talking about 3 involved in this prayer conversation. So to break up some of the color, I'm reaching for some black and white paper from Maggie Holmes' Carousel collection. Just tearing it off. I even tear off some more and just add it like washi. I'm just going to attach that down. It also helps this cute little fox who's got her eyes closed as if she's in prayer. That's also a Maggie Holmes paper. It's from her newest collection called Willow Lane. So I'm going to take some of this white and yellow ribbon. I've used it on almost every entry for my Revival Camp. So I'm just going to staple that down, little bunny ears right there on the tip end. And I'm going to attach all this to the flashcard. And that creates even more dimension. Lots of layers in this entry. Now these are some scraps of wood that I had left over from a project, and they were just so beautiful I couldn't throw them away. I thought, how fun would it be to add something like this to my Bible? And I really like how it turned out. I did use some foam squares so they kind of pop up off the page a little bit. I encourage you to try just an unusual medium. For the prayer badge, I didn't want the whole badge on there. I wanted to be able to read the word prayer on there, so I just went in with my ink pad and applied some ink around the edges of it. You can also use a marker. And I'm adding some more of those foam squares to my badge to make it pop up away from my sweet little fox that I have there. So I'm trying to find a place for this navy and white ribbon. I don't know, I just really wanted to add it to the page. Now for the tabs, I'm going with 3 tabs to kind of reiterate the idea of 3 being in a conversation during prayer. So I'm just going to staple that to my page, and I'm also going to reinforce it with some glue. This cute little oar is in the kit, and it's also on the prayer badge or patch, and so I kind of wanted to have it there. Finally found a place for that ribbon. I do recommend finding a place for it before you've managed to attach everything to the card, but luckily nothing was torn or came off, so we're in good shape. Adding a little bit more washi to my card and some stamps. This is some Wordfetti from the Illustrated Faith Basics collection. Comes in a little booklet, lots of different quotes, lots of pages in different colors. These little alphas, they're also from Illustrated Faith's Basic collection. I love them, and as you can see, I'm running out of them, and so I'm having to use some of the negative space, which I really like. Normally I would take the negative space off of the background, but I really like how that white is kind of popping against all the color that we've put down on the page. So I'm going to leave it attached to its background. Once I get all of my alphas down in place, I'm going to swap out that blue Wordfetti at the top for a pop of yellow to go with my ribbon. And I know you can't see, but on the inside of the card, it says, "You and me and the Spirit makes three." Thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoy this video, and leave me a comment below.